Hey everyone, welcome back to News for Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I got some really exciting news, and it's only a coincidence that I'm actually live streaming The Last of Us because we got an announcement just yesterday that The Last of Us series is coming to HBO. And this is really, really exciting. What a perfect time to be a Last of Us fan. And of course, it couldn't have been a better timing. One, coincidentally, I'm live streaming the game as we speak. Two, we're getting the sequel coming out in May. And three, the creators, including Neil Druckmann, the creator himself, is involved in this series. And I have this article here from The Hollywood Reporter that the Last of Us series is in the works at HBO from Chernobyl creator Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, exclusive. So I'm going to go ahead and take it to the article and then read it for you guys, and then I'll go ahead and talk about it. There's also ads here, so pay no mind to that. Anyways, the pair will write and executive produce the adaptation of the Sony PlayStation video game. Craig Mazin, the creator of the acclaimed limited series Chernobyl, is reteaming with HBO to adapt the hit video game The Last of Us. In a rare development in the world of video game adaptations, the writer and creative director of the game, Neil Druckmann, is also involved and will work with Mazin to pen and executive produce what is intended to be a series. Carolyn Strauss will also executive produce along with Evan Wells, president of Naughty Dog, the Santa Monica-based developer of the game. The project is co-production with Sony Pictures Television in association with PlayStation Productions. It will also be the first television series from the PlayStation Productions. So PlayStation, Sony. PlayStation is looking to get into like the TV series business. And they're starting off strong with The Last of Us. And this is really a big deal. If The Last of Us goes well, I can only imagine that we would be getting a God of War series, and I think it'd be perfect on HBO, being that like a series like Game of Thrones was on HBO, where they do show a lot of mature content, but God of War would be perfect on HBO. Maybe 6 seasons, or 6 to 7 seasons tops. For The Last of Us, maybe 5, 6 seasons. Who knows? But if you go to Twitter, which I have this image here, it shows that Neil Druckmann is actually, finishing up the sequel, The Last of Us 2, and then they're going to go ahead and start production on The Last of Us series. So we got a few tweets here from Neil Druckmann himself, and there's one that says, Ellie and Joel are heading to HBO, but first we got a little game to finish. And of course we all know that's The Last of Us 2. And then there's another tweet, I can't believe we got to team up with one of my favorite writers to bring Ellie and Joel's journey to HBO. We are so psyched to be teaming up with HBO to create the new Last of Us series with Neil Druckmann and C.L. Mazin at the helm. And this is where I got that article. So right now I'm at that article, and let me continue right where we left off. Sony and Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, which bowed in 2013, garnered critical praise for its engrossing tale of the post-apocalypse, centering on the relationship between Joel and a smuggler in the New World, Ellie, a teenager who may be key to a cure for a deadly pandemic. Joel, a hardened survivor, is hired to smuggle the 14-year-old girl out of an oppressive quarantine zone. What starts out as a small job soon becomes brutal, heartbreaking journey as they traverse the U.S. and depend on each other for survival. The HBO series will cover the events of the original game, which was written by Druckmann, with the possibility of additional content. I mean, it's a series. If you're going to make each episode an hour long, you might as well add a little bit of additional content. So, with the possibility of additional content on the forthcoming game sequel, The Last of Us Part 2, which is set to be released May 29th. Neil Druckmann is without question the finest storyteller working in the video game medium, and The Last of Us is his magnum opus, Mazin said in Thursday's statement. Getting a chance to adapt this breathtaking work of art has been a dream of mine for years, and I'm so honored to do it in partnership with Neil. And that's awesome. I mean, it's awesome the fact that he's acknowledging the fact that he's a gamer himself and he's a fan of the series. So there's no other better person to direct such a series other than a video game fan themselves. And of course, I'm more than confident that it's going to be very, very accurate, and it's going to, respect the source material, provided that Neil Druckmann himself, the creator, is going to be involved in the series. So, from the first time I sat down to talk to Greg, I was equally blown away by his approach to narrative and his love and deep understanding of The Last of Us, said Druckmann. With Chernobyl, Greg and HBO created a tense, harrowing, emotional masterpiece. I couldn't think of better partners to bring the story of The Last of Us to life as a television show. The Last of Us won numerous Game of the Year awards and went on to sell more than 17 million copies across both its original release on the PlayStation 3 and a remastered version on the PlayStation 4. This is an incredibly exciting opportunity for us to partner with Craig, Neil, Carolyn, and the teams at Sony, Naughty Dog, and PlayStation to bring the virtual world of the acclaimed game to life, said HBO programming president Cassie Bloys. This is the first of many shows we intend to develop with our friends at PlayStation Productions, and said Chris Parnell, co-president of Sony Pictures Television Studios. The Last of Us is a brilliant achievement in the storytelling and character development, and we are lucky to have the opportunity to work with this team to adapt it. Druckmann is a longtime vet of Naughty Dog, having started as a programming intern in 2004, and in 2007, he was given the role of the game designer on Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the first installment in the Uncharted action-adventure series. In 2013, Druckmann created The Last of Us, based on the concept he developed as a student at Carnegie Mellon University. Mazin's Chernobyl tackled a bleak and complex true life event that became a must-see show for HBO. The effort won an Emmy for Outstanding Limited Series, as well as one for Mazin for Outstanding Writing. He also won a PGA award and a WGA award for Chernobyl. So, this is really exciting. I cannot wait for the Last of Us series. And it's a coincidence. I mean, I had heard about talks and, discussions about potentially getting a Last of Us movie or even a series, maybe on Netflix, but I don't know if I would want it on Netflix. But on HBO, it's going to be really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to be watching The Last of Us on HBO. I'm really excited. The fact that it's going to follow like the main story with additional stuff, I guess you can call it DLC for the series. It's really exciting, and it's only a coincidence that I'm actually still live streaming the game. So yeah, I just thought I figured the good news with you guys. There is some more good news that just recently came out, but I'll save that for another video, for another time. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, let me know what are your thoughts. Do you want to see a Last of Us series on TV? I mean, that's awesome. I'm a huge fan of the series, and I'm glad that it's actually going to happen. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. Stay tuned for the live stream tonight at 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Tonight I'm going to be live streaming God of War. I'm going to be continuing on with that game. And then, of course, Saturday as well, which is, tomorrow and then Sunday. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching once again. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.